Hey, I'm Alex with Marc's Mobility, and in this video we're going to show you a mid-wheel drive all-terrain power chair, so stay tuned. What we have here is the Magic Mobility V6. This unit is a mid-wheel drive chair, but this is an all-terrain type power chair. Now I want to give some basic specs first. This is going to have a 340-pound weight capacity due to it having the 10-inch seat lift. So it's going to have a seat lift and it's going to have electric legs. If it did not have any electrical seat functions, it does increase the weight capacity, but with this having a seat lift, 340 pounds is going to be the weight capacity on this unit. So one thing I want to mention early on in this video is this has a 128 miles of total drive distance, which is not much considering most people are probably going to go 5 to 10 miles on every time of using this chair. Now when we got this chair in, it did have a slight pull to one of the sides with the motor, so we are ordering brand new motors. So this unit will have brand new motors in it, both left and right side, before this unit ships. One other thing we noticed on this unit as well is the lights were not all working correctly. Like one headlight would work, one tail light would work, one turn signal would work. We are going to sell this unit without the tail lights because they are, or without the lights because it is pretty expensive. It could just be cabling issues, but we are not going to invest and put brand new lights on here. So do buy, if you are buying this chair, just imagine this not having the lights, and if we're able to fix them, we will, but we are not going to buy new lights to put on this particular unit. But it will have brand new motors in this chair. This particular unit, what makes this unit really great is multiple factors. You have these really low 4 to 8 PSI drive tires right here. These drive tires are going to actually grip on most all-terrains. Now we actually have videos online as well that are showing the comparison between like an X8, the 4x4, this unit, the mid-wheel drive, and then one of our more basic chairs. So if you search our YouTube channel, you'll be able to find those as well that are really going to highlight kind of what this can do in really different types of terrains. I'm going over some big branches. These front wheels actually lift up really high, way higher than what that is when you're sitting in the unit. I've seen these come up 4 or 5 inches off the ground to be able to climb over objects. So if you're looking for a chair that is going to be mid-wheel, it's going to have a decent turning radius, but it's going to be very, very all-terrain, this is going to be a unit for you to consider. Once again, this is going to have, these are going to measure about 5 inches in width of the tire, and then in width, and then in overall height, you're going to be at about a 13.5-inch tire. Now these are going to be air tires, like I said, with that low PSI. These are going to be solid casters in the front and the rear. This particular unit is going to have built-in tie-down points, so if you have a vehicle to tie it down or kind of ramp, you are able to strap this unit down. Now do remember, if you're trying to put this on a ramp on the back of a vehicle, this is a relatively heavy chair based on the functions that it has. Just guesstimating, this is probably going to be somewhere in that 375-pound weight range. So you are going to need a strong vehicle if you were trying to put a hitch on the back, just due to tongue weight on a lot of different vehicles. Now this unit is going to come as well with a swing away joystick. This swings away to the left hand side. Now we are able to put this joystick on the right hand side if needed. Currently on the right hand side, you do have this kind of oscillating cup holder, which is nice because when you are to go over different terrains and you're on different slopes, this is going to kind of stay level with your drink inside the unit. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you some of the functions on the chair. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do the electric seat lift. So you're going to go up here on the joystick, you're going to hit the button that says mode until the bottom of the seat is lit up. And then from there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to pull back on the joystick. So it doesn't raise up overly fast, but I do want to check to make sure this unit drives when the seat is elevated. Most of them do at a reduced speed, but some of the units at different times, Sunrise Medical, did not always put the drive package while elevated on there. So that is going to be one of the first things that I am going to check. Once we get all the way to the top here, it is very quiet. It is very stable with this type of scissor lift on the unit. So I'm going to go back into mode and back into the drive function and see if this unit will drive when the seat is elevated. Okay, so this unit does not drive when the seat is elevated. That was one thing I did want to check. So if you were going to use this function, that would be more or less driving up to something and then raising and then bringing the seat back down until you're able to drive the unit. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the seat back down and I'm going to show you what the electric legs would look like. You can just see on this particular unit the overall shocks as well. This thing is built rugged. This thing is going to have deep cycle gel batteries in the unit. I mean, this unit is probably going to go somewhere in that 6 to 6.5 mile an hour range, and somewhere in that 12 to 15 mile drive distance, just depending on the age of the batteries, the weight of the user, and kind of the terrain that you're necessarily driving it on. I will tell you the footplate in the front does flip up for easy access, so you can flip that up to get in and out of the unit. And then we'll go ahead and we'll show you the electric legs as well. So electric legs, you're going to go ahead and push the joystick forward and the legs are going to raise up. Now it is adjustable a little bit in overall length of the legs, so depending on if somebody's a little bit different height, we have a little bit of adjustability on the leg length on this particular unit. But you also have these calf pads back here that are going to kind of hold your legs from obviously falling off the foot plate when they are elevated. Now you are able to drive it with the legs elevated but not with the seat elevated. And I will check when we go outside towards the end of the video. There are some chairs you can raise to a certain height and still drive it. So I will see if this one can still raise up maybe 3 or 4 inches and still drive at an elevated position. But we'll check that outside in our video demonstration that we're going to do here towards the end of this video. Now on this particular unit here, let me turn this unit forward here. Now this is a big unit, so it's not really something that is intended for inside the home. You would have to have a pretty wide home to be able to navigate this unit. But also I do want to remind you too, if you're looking at this particular unit and you want something more all-terrain, you can go ahead and look at the X8, or you can look at this new Quantum Outback that's released by Pride Mobility. I think that's going to be a really game changer on the market, and stay tuned, we'll have videos of that shortly as well. Now what's on here is going to be a 21.5 wide by a 19 deep seat. Now it does only have seat lift and legs, but there is a little knob over here on the side, and you are able to adjust the recline angle, a little bit of manual recline on the side. So it does typically just, on this one, just going to have the seat lift and the legs, but this would have a little bit of manual recline. Headrest is adjustable, kind of like in a car. You can raise and lower the headrest. I mean, I can go on and on about this chair, but let me go outside and watch me driving this in different types of terrains, and I think all of that will speak for itself. All right, here is the Magic Mobility V6. Like I said, this does have some pretty crazy climbing ability. So you can see right there what this can do. I mean, if I was to have a little bit better traction, I would have been able to go over that. But overall power, this thing is a beast. The front wheels actually pick up very high to go over different types of terrains. So you can see, I mean, I'm halfway up this tree right here, and it does not have a problem with power going over that. So the V6 is not a 4x4 chair. It is not like the X8 or the Quantum Outback, but it is a heck of a unit for people that, you know, do need to go in different terrains. Once again, I'm going slow so I don't damage the product, but it can go over all these routes that most all other power chairs do not have the ability to do. Now this is a little bit wider. This is going to be about that 28 inches. Once again, it's not really designed as an indoor chair, but if you are looking for a chair that is going to have an electric seat lift, I did mention earlier in the video I would raise the seat up some and see if it still drives. So I am going to do that now because I don't like to break my promises. I'm going to raise it up just a few inches and see if I go into drive mode. So it does still drive at certain heights. I don't know where that setting would be at. Maybe it's at 6 inches of rise. But I can tell you on the joystick, if the light is not flashing, it will drive. So when I went all the way up, it did not drive. I'm just going to go ahead just to triple check that. I'm going to keep going up to see. Like I said, I've got to be more than halfway up right now. And now my light is flashing. So if you put it back into the mode and the speed light is flashing, that means you're just a little bit too high for the setting. You got to bring it down some. Once you go back to mode and your button is no longer flashing, your speed mode is no longer flashing, then you're able to drive it. So I would say maybe a 3 or 4 inch raise, you still can raise and drive this at all the full functions, but once you go above that and your speed light is flashing, then you no longer can drive the chair. But once again, if you're looking for a mid-wheel drive all-terrain chair, go ahead and take a look at this unit here.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.